Well, Donald Trump and Kim Jong Un will make history tomorrow when they become the first sitting leaders of the US and North Korea to meet in person. On the agenda, addressing North Korea's nuclear weapons program and much more, with the hope of achieving peace on the Korean peninsula. Anna Fifield is in Singapore for the Washington Post, where the summit is being held amid tight security. I spoke to her a short time ago via Skype video and began asking what the two leaders are doing today.
We've got Kim Jong Un. We don't know what he's doing. He's presumably still at his hotel because we haven't seen his motorcade leave. But Donald Trump is going in for a meeting with Singapore's Prime Minister. But that's all he's got on his schedule too. So they both seem to be very much in preparation mode. They are getting ready for the big day tomorrow.
And it seems to be quite unclear what the outcome might be tomorrow. Have there been any hints coming out today about that?
It's been very tightly held. We've got no details about whether they've been able to agree to anything fundamental or substantial on denuclearization. But the atmospherics are certainly very good. So this morning in the North Korean state media, the newspaper had two full color pages, the front page showing Kim Jong Un getting on the plane, going off to Singapore, and it said that he was going for a historic meeting with the American president, and they were starting a new era in their relationship. And to me, that was very significant because Kim Jong Un is telling that to his own people. He's beginning to prepare them for a change in the nature of the relationship. Instead of calling the Americans, jackals who are out to destroy them anymore, he's saying, maybe we can improve this relationship. So Kim Jong Un seems very eager. Donald Trump has been saying that he's looking forward to it. And in fact, when they start the meeting tomorrow morning, they will actually go in for a one-on-one meeting, just them and their translators, no aides or experts or anything like that. And the White House is saying they might talk for 2 hours, just the two of them together like that. So this is very much about making a personal connection, as Donald Trump would say, a getting to know you meeting.
And is that what it will take for the meeting to be deemed a success, or are people looking for more out of it?
Well, yeah, people are looking for more, but in terms of the two leaders and what they want, I think the fact that the meeting even happens is a propaganda victory for both of them. They can both say that they have done this historic thing that neither of their successors have ever done, that they are paving the way for this diplomatic process to start and for talks about normalizing the relationship, about the nuclear program and economic relief. So they're both, I think, going to talk about this as the start of a process. Donald Trump, reality TV star, is clearly looking at this as the pilot of episode 1 of the season of talks with North Korea. This is going to carry on and play out over the next months and perhaps years. But it seems like they're off to a good start.
And what about Singapore itself? What are you seeing and what's the vibe of the place with this meeting happening there?
Yeah, so the security is very tight around the venues where they're staying. Kim Jong Un and Donald Trump are in different hotels, but not that far from each other. And then there's a third hotel on this resort island where there's a Universal Studios of all things. And that's where the summit will actually be held. So it's very, very tight security there, huge motorcades. But I was really struck yesterday that to get to his hotel, Kim Jong Un had to go through one of Singapore's, swankiest shopping districts, all these very fancy luxury shops and people out there. And, I wonder if he looks at this and thinks, maybe North Korea could have just a little bit of this one day.
And are people sort of trying to crowd around to get a glimpse of them?
Yeah, they are. So there's been big throngs outside Kim Jong Un's hotel in particular, people waiting for like 3 hours in the sun yesterday. You couldn't even see him. He was inside his black stretch Mercedes-Benz the whole time, and he drove into an underground or covered area, so we couldn't see him. But there's so much mystery. He's such an enigma to the outside world. We know so little about him that everybody was hoping just to get a little glimpse of him. But and then we did see the footage when he went to see the Singaporean Prime Minister last night, and he was very much in charm offensive mode. He was smiling and laughing and, seemed to be into this process.
And that is Anna Fifield talking to us from Singapore ahead of that historic US-North Korea summit.